Hey guys, how's it going? I got a bunch of Posca Pens for Christmas, and today we're going to be doing a 3-color challenge with them. So I got the big old set here, so pastels, a few other miscellaneous colors, and then the classic 15 pack over here. I am so in love with all of these colors. It was so much fun playing around with paint versus markers. Took a little bit of getting used to as well, but we'll get into that. So here I'm just going through and swatching out all of these colors, figuring out how each of them lays down and what it looks like when it dries. There were a few colors where I had to go over it again to get it completely covered, completely opaque. Like the very first color, that red, that one needed a second coating. So just so I know when I'm going into my pieces exactly what colors I'm using. I was honestly a little stumped as to what to make because I had so many colors, which kind of sounds weird, but with Posca Pens I really wanted to do something that had bold shapes and was kind of blocky, and I wanted to do that in a very minimalistic way, so the fewer colors that I could pull off in a pleasing way, the better. So I had my boyfriend pick 3 numbers between 1 and 29, because that's how many markers there are. And he picked 7, 13, and 21. And just going through from the rainbow, I just picked the 7th, 13th, and 21st, and that ended up being this really nice almost primary color scheme, which is honestly one of my favorite color schemes. So I wasn't too upset with that. And I'm going to be testing out just how they work drawing something other than a square here. You can see I figured out that yes, they do bleed and don't dry right away. So I get used to that here. I will say that these were a bit chalkier than I was expecting, I guess. I don't really know exactly what kind of paint I was expecting, but it felt like chalky watercolor when it dried, which I'm not going to say is a bad thing, because it's not, because I still had a lot of fun with these. So you can see here the color scheme that I was talking about. So we have the 7th one, which was this yellowy peachy color. I had this sky blue and then this magenta color, and I was still having kind of a hard time figuring out what I wanted to draw, but I just kept looking at those colors and I was like, those could easily be Cyndaquil colors. So I wasn't gonna not draw Cyndaquil. Oh, that blue color went on just so thick and was right on top of any other color, and it just boom, gone. That's why I love these markers. It feels so good putting down these big heavy shapes, even though you have to go over some of them a million times, like with this color red. It's fine. Alright, I feel like I gotta say, the paper I used for this was not the best paper. It was honestly just sketchbook paper that I hadn't tried out yet. My uncle got me 2 sketchbooks for Christmas, so I wanted to test out how the pages worked. And I don't know why I decided, oh, a big old wet medium will be good for sketchbook paper, but that's what I did. Also, talk about happy little accidents. I accidentally made the line I wanted to use down at the bottom of his belly. I made that too thick, and so I just kept filling it in, and I was like, oh, I'll just pretend it's shading. And then I am so happy I made that mistake, because it looks so cool with this dark red shading. It's so bold, and I'm just so in love with these pens. You'll see every now and then I take my finger and kind of graze it over the top of the painting. That's just because, like I said, with using sketchbook paper instead of an actual wet medium paper, the pens end up lifting and pilling a lot of the paper, so that's just me taking that off. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the background here. I knew I wanted a bold shape, So I started doing just those dotted lines, and I was like, oh, that's not enough. We gotta go bigger, we gotta go home. Because these is Posca Pens, kids. We go bigger, we go home. Alright, so I will admit I did, I guess, kind of cheat on a 3-color challenge because I came in with the white here. I mean, is it cheating? I mean, white's not technically a color. It's really not. Shut up, it's fine. But, I mean, really, if I were doing a 3-color challenge any other way, I'd probably be using 1, line art, and 2, I would probably be using a white Jelly Roll pen. So I really don't see this as cheating. I just wanted to get used to how opaque the white went down on paper. And just putting in the final touches here, and we are all done. So thank you for watching my first Posca Pen video. If you'd like to see some other Posca Pen illustrations, let me know in the comments below, and subscribe to my channel for all my new videos. Thanks for stopping by.